algorithm acquired the information.
But how can you see? You have to propose some way then to eliminate the crap.
My way is, like I say, I can't lie in the WHOIS database, can I?
Can. Why can't you?
No, I'm just saying it's against the law, though, right?
No. Okay, but what happens?
No, a domain. No, you can't own. If you get caught, you're done. You don't own the name anymore.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
So make it illegal. I'm just saying there's an accountability for it. Okay. So if you violate it, you pay a price for it. Okay. There's a penalty for it. So I'm just saying my name is correct, and they spell my name correctly, and my phone number is correct, and my address is correct. And all I'm saying is, so somehow that information can be usually pretty reliable. And I'm just saying that the what is information we put alongside of that can't have the same standards.
You force people to comply with those standards? Because there is a lot of people in the database that lie.
That's the part they talked about the wiki part of it. The accountability. We have a public that can scrutinize what the person is claiming to be.
Well,
if I'm claiming to be a doctor,
that's true.
If I'm claiming to be a doctor and some integrity source says I'm not a doctor, well, then you might pay attention to the integrity source that says that. And if some no integrity source says it, you won't pay any attention. You know what I'm saying? We can have a source.
I mean, there's a way.
Information integrity, and all I'm saying is meta tags were a brilliant idea. There's nothing wrong with meta tags. What destroyed them is that the information became valueless.
I think you can actually.
I feel the same way about PageRank. PageRank was an excellent idea that has been corrupted over time.
Now,
I think what you can essentially do is combine two systems and actually get maybe a more reliable. Because I don't think it's necessarily a one way. You should go one way. Because if you go simply one way, you might be able to corrupt a wiki. But what happens if you have multiple algorithms from multiple search engines? Essentially, then if you corrupt one search engine, well, you can just go to another.
Well, you can build more than one firewall in any system. And I'm just saying we can build enough walls around this information to make sure it has some integrity. And it just has to have some integrity. It doesn't have to be perfect integrity, just some. It's going to make a huge amount of difference, and it's going to allow a site about Mendham, to be ranked somewhere relevant to the keyword Mendham.
You know what you also might want to do is have the two systems side by side. Because what happens if you want to search that crap, for example?
Exactly.
I mean, so if you have that wiki alongside that wiki-like database alongside, the completely
the power should all be in the client side's hands.
Yes,
okay, and they can take advantage of whatever resources exist. It should all be open source, so anything can be gleaned and picked apart and manipulated any way the consumer, the client, chooses.
Right.
It should be public information that they have a right to manipulate any way they want. They can sell it. They can do anything they want. Distribute anything you want to do with it. I'm just saying the fact that you have this secure, this integrity information just changes the whole equation because it makes it possible for me to filter the spam out.
It's interesting that we should be talking about these issues because there's actually projects in the works to do sort of similar to everything that we're talking about. There's P2P search, which doesn't.
Oh, I went there, but
I don't know.
Piecemeal. That is little picture.
Right.
Do it in my garage kind of solution.
Oh, right. But essentially, that's the initial.
It started in the dorm room.
It started in it started in university financed search.
Right.
Didn't it start in a dorm room first, and then they got the financing, and then they proposed outside?
It was a mathematical project. The whole invention of the algorithm was a mathematical project. This university funded. The university actually owned half of Google, and so they, Stanford University made out big when it went public.
Didn't the two of them start that? Like it was part of their project, part of their.
Well, I just said. Yeah, I was just saying. Yeah, exactly. But the school gave them the financing, and they also got money from Yahoo and Microsoft and all these other big corporations to make Google run. Right. So it didn't make any money in its initial years. Everybody had to finance this company of theirs. Okay, the Google guys weren't pulling the money out of their back pocket.
So what we need to be looking at is how do we fund these P2P search engines? How do we? And there's actually another project that's going on that allows essentially people who want to write their own search engines to access huge databases and resources. This is funded unfortunately maybe by a commercial company, Amazon, I believe it is. But essentially, and the downside to this is that it doesn't really answer all of those problems.
The Netscape solution becomes the ODT, Go Guides. I might give you the list.
Yeah, it does.
I give you a whole list of all these little open directory projects, all these little, and they can't get anywhere. They're not going to accomplish anything.
You're right, and that's what you're arguing is that
we should be infrastructure. It's got to be done big and right all at once. You can't do it little piecemeal.
It needs to be funded. There needs to be more.
You can't have one guy throw some cement on the Hoover Dam, and the next guy decides, well, I'll throw some cement, and then another guy comes over, he throws a little.
Essentially what you're arguing is that there needs to be more money for these types of projects. I mean,
Right,
that's essentially what it comes down to.
And not a ton. You know,
Yeah,
I'm
it doesn't need a ton.
$1
It just needs,
$1 million
right.
of independent money.
And that's probably an extraordinary amount of money compared to what these people have right now to work with. I mean, you're not. That's not the only.
Like
project.
I say, well, you could imagine that Google, the amount of money in their budget that they actually spend on the search engine is like this little tiny bit of money, and all their infrastructure, everything is all built around the marketing and the selling of advertising. You know. So I think we did good.